Hi, I'm Amanda Balionis of CBS Sports, and this is Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Hello, I'm Marissa. I'm Matt. Hi.
I mean, obviously we know this one, it matters for seeding.
Yeah.
How much do you guys talk about that, and how much does that matter to you?
Well, just it matters. Well, it doesn't matter really, because in terms of preparation, we're preparing for all outcomes. Okay. So as long as we're prepared, I think that's the main thing. But I mean, it matters obviously for our, moment. I wouldn't say momentum, but just how we feel. It's more to me about, I already said, like rhythm and rest. So having good rhythm coming out of it. Obviously, rest kind of irrelevant at this time, but then to me, 100% healthy. That to me is because when you go into playoffs, you want to be ready. Yeah.
Do you feel like Tip would be ready to play?
I mean, her workout was good today.
Okay.
So again, it's day to day, and again, checking both mental and physical. Is she mentally ready? Is she physically ready? I just want to make sure I hear it from her firsthand that she is. Yeah.
With the prep, is that something that's more on the coaches right now, or have you already distributed that to the players?
Well, we don't.
For all three teams.
We don't know who we're playing.
So
why would we distribute it?
So that's just coaches prepping for all
Yeah.
teams at this point.
Yeah, because you don't want to tell them something that they're not going to use.
Right.
Yeah.
With Chechi,
Yep.
would you expect same minutes, maybe a couple more than she played the last game?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how she moves out there. Again, the first minute's really going to tell me how she's moving. But I thought she was great last game. That was on me. Like I said, I made bad decisions last game, which I completely acknowledge, and I reflected a lot about my decisions. And yeah, I should have played her more, for sure. Yeah.
I was curious, and not sure if you've been asked about this yet, but I think after the last time you guys played Minnesota recently, the broadcast picked up you and Cheryl talking after the game right there, just to go off the court. I was curious, like, if you could share at all, like, what words were exchanged, or, what was kind of the kind of interactions you've had with her this season?
Nah, it's private. But you want to ask her, she can tell you, but I'll keep it private. Yeah.
When you're seeing a team that you might end up playing in the playoffs, do you approach it any differently, try to not show certain things, or do you even think about that tonight?
Yeah, of course. You think about it because Minnesota is an option. It's a potential matchup. So you just have to be selective. You have to be really smart, intentional. Like I said, we had a lot of meetings prior to this game. We had a lot of meetings just in general because there's a couple of teams that we have to prepare for. So you definitely have to be intentional. Film is important. Film is what you utilize to prepare. So you obviously don't want to give away a lot of strategies, but at the end of the day, too, we're playing to win. Yeah.
How would you describe Janelle's ability? It seems like she is able to knock down contested shots at a really high rate, and how she's been able to just kind of soar her efficiency and her scoring, coming off her best game against Minnesota, certainly in that series, but also just with the hand in her face knocking it down.
Yeah, I think it's just a credit to her teammates, finding her in the spots that she wants. Like me and V just talked about it, where Ja wants her shots, what direction she's comfortable with, just in terms of the flow too. And then obviously I talked to Kasib about like certain ATOs and offensive actions that we want to run. So we're obviously all putting intentional thoughts on how we can get her into her special shots. But yeah, her confidence is sky high. I mean, she doesn't even act like a rookie. We don't treat her like a rookie because I close with her and I close shots with her. So just credit to Ja. Like Ja and her mental state right now, I think she's at an all-time high. And how she builds that, I think it's just through hard work and the fact that she watches a ton of film and the fact that she always wants to know every detail to the game plan. So it's a lot of credit to her and her teammates.
You've talked a little bit this year about just like being first-year coach and learning and just like figuring different things out. What have you learned about like picking a closing lineup and writing the hot hand or matchups, or like what have you kind of taken away from?
Yeah, it all depends also too on like how the teams, you have to study how the teams defend as well. So it's, it's a little game of chess at the end. I mean, obviously you want to go with your most confident players, but also you want to look at the matchups, what it's given, and then how they defend at the end. So you kind of have to assess everything. And so I just make sure I have meetings with my coaches prior. If I see this scenario A, this is what I want. If I see scenario B, this is what I want, and just make sure like we're all on the same page. That's why I'm telling you guys, I have a brilliant staff. Like Kasib, Land, and Sugar, they all come up to me at the exact moments what I need. I warn them, I'm probably going to forget. Can you make sure you have my back? And that's what I love, is that I completely trust my staff, and they have my back, like, in every moment. Yeah. Good?
Great. Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Warriors host Ari Waller. Please follow us and subscribe to Bay Area Sports Wrap.